Hi everyone, and thanks for checking out this ranking video. So I thought I would take a little break from my current horror franchise review that I'm doing, which is Friday the 13th. I'll be dropping another video in the next couple days, though, to continue that. But in the meantime, I thought I would do an update of my horror anthology DVDs, horror anthology movies. It's one of my favorite subgenres. I own about 40 or 50. I've watched about 11 now. So I'm going to go ahead and rank those. And first, I'll just go through what the 11 are that I've seen as part of my collection. So I have a foreign Phobia, spelled either for BIA or Phobia. This is a Thailand horror anthology from 2008. I got Three Extremes, which is another foreign horror anthology film. Um, by three different directors. I got Amusement from 2009. I got Asylum from 1972, Amicus. I've got Black Sabbath from 1963, um, directed by Mario Bava. I've got kind of an obscure one, Campfire Tales from 1997, Chilling Visions, Chillers, The Uncanny, The Twilight Zone, the movie, and XX. So those are all the horror anthology movies I have that I'm going to rank here. And I think so. That's 11. So coming in at 11th, my least favorite out of these 11 is going to have to be XX, the all directed, mostly starred female cast. This was just recently, I want to say 2017. Um, I don't hate this movie, but it's just not scary. None of the segments in it are particularly scary. They are well directed. Um, as I've said in my previous videos, there's definitely talent there, but they just needed to be scarier, and they really weren't. The one that was the most intriguing, I think the box, just doesn't. The ending doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. I don't know. It's Her Only Living Son is probably my favorite segment of the four, but as I said, none of them are particularly scary, so that's the reason why it's number 11. Coming in 10th place, I'll probably go with The Uncanny. This is not an Amicus film, but it kind of feels like it. It has Peter Cushing, Donald Pleasance, a couple of icons, horror icons, and it's good. It's about killer cats. You know, a few stories about how cats are trying to take over the world and stuff. And Peter Cushing definitely makes it better than it would otherwise be. Um, I'm just not really that fearful of cats, so it's not really that doesn't really hit home with me as much. But I enjoy it. I can still watch it. But out of these movies, it's going to come in 10th place here. Um, number 9. I think I'll go with this movie, Chillers. Now, this is probably one a lot of people haven't heard of. This is a pretty low budget horror anthology that I actually watched on YouTube and then bought this for only a few bucks. It is from 1987. It is pretty low quality, low budget, but I enjoy it. I mean, it's the idea is that these five strangers, one kid, two women, and two guys, all come together at this bus station waiting for a bus, and they all tell the dream that they had the night before. They all had a pretty scary or surreal dream that they all experienced, and it's got a good wraparound story, a good ending. Yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. Like I said, it is low budget, so it doesn't look the best in terms of quality, but it's got some scares in it and some good stuff in there, I think. So, if you can see the back there, that's Chillers from 1987. Nothing fancy about it, but I enjoy it, so that's going to be number 9. Um, I think Wow, flying out of my hands. I think next I'll do Chilling Visions, Five Senses of Fear. Um, This is a good one. I enjoy it. This is the one that has smell, see, touch, taste, and listen. They're all kind of vaguely linked by this company. Um, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Um, Not overly scary, but there's some good gore scenes in it. In a couple of the segments. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I got too much to say about that one. Chilling Visions, Five Senses of Fear. This is a pretty recent one, 2013, I think. So that's going to be number 8. Next up, I think I'll tough between these two foreign films. I think I'll probably go with Phobia. Now, this is the most recent one I've watched. This is the Thailand anthology horror film. So I believe it has 4 segments in it. It's kind of cool because there's no wraparound story, but they're kind of each linked to each other. Like they have information from one story that carries over into another. This is from 2008, I believe. Yeah, 2008. This was made. My favorite story is the four. It's probably the third one actually, entitled "Man in the Middle." It's about these four guys that go rafting. They're like camping on their own out in the woods, and they go rafting. It's got a really good twist. Some really good scares to it. The first one's not bad either. About there's a girl that gets text messages from an unknown number, and she starts chatting with this guy, and it turns out to be a little more than she bargained for. The other two are okay. None of them are terrible, but those are my two favorite. The first and the third one. The second and the fourth one are just kind of okay. But yeah, I would recommend checking this one out. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I have it as number seventh of these 11 movie rankings here. Um, Next, I think I will go with Three Extremes. Now, this comes in a little bit higher for me because of the segment called Box, mostly by Takashi Miike. His segment is really good and really enjoyable with a great twist. Really, all three of these segments are enjoyable, though they're all different. They'll have their own style to them. Dumplings still really grosses me out, and Cut is really pretty suspenseful and gory. It's pretty cool. So yeah, this is an enjoyable anthology. Three Extremes. Guess that would be my number 6. So now we get into the top 5. I'm going to go with Amusement. This is a pretty underrated one. The only thing that doesn't work for me, the three stories I really enjoy. It's just like the conclusion or the ending story just doesn't really work for me as well as the three stories leading up to it. But it's a good one. It's kind of an underrated one that doesn't get talked about a lot. I believe this is from 2007. Um, about the three friends that end up coming together, um, lifelong friends or on separate life paths, but they all have a horrific destination. Um, Payback from an old classmate, basically. So yeah, check it out. I would recommend that one. Number 5. Number 4, I think I'll go with the classic Twilight Zone, the movie. I think most people know about this. I'm a big fan of the original show from 1959 to 1964. This movie's from 1983. It's not particularly scary. I think the fourth segment, the airplane, is the best one with John Lithgow. Or it's kind of a remake of that episode with William Shatner. That one is good as basically the last two are good. The first two are kind of meh, but the last two, the one about the kid, that's based on the episode "It's a Good Life." Anthony Fremont. That one's creepy, and the one on the airplane is creepy. It makes it for a good anthology, and I love all the stuff with Dan Aykroyd at the beginning and the end. So that's enough to put that at number 4. Um, Number 3, I think I'm going to go with Campfire Tales from 1997. Now, this is another pretty obscure one that a lot of people don't talk about. It's actually the first one that I watched in like around 2000, early 2000s. It's like I said, it's from 1997. It actually has a pretty good cast. It's got some well-known names: Christine Taylor, um, Chris Matterson, Ron Livingston, um, Amy Smart, James Martson, even though they're not in it a whole lot. Um, no one can hear you scream deep in the woods. Yeah, this is a good one. I believe it has three segments and a really good wraparound story. That's really what sold me on this one's the wraparound story. You basically have this group of four, two gals, two girls that come home from this concert and they end up driving too fast on some backcountry roads and crash their car. And then while they're waiting for help, they call the police or whatever. And while they're waiting for help, they make a campfire and tell stories around the campfire. Three tales. The first one's definitely the best with the trailer, this newlywed couple in the woods that are in this trailer, and there's this thing out there. That's about all I'll say. The second one is kind of creepy. Humans can lick too. And the third one is kind of more of a folk tale ghost story, which it's still good. I enjoy all the segments, but it's really the wraparound story that I really like. So, and it's also got sort of like an introductory part that Amy Smart and James Marsden are in. Um, what do they call it? Like a prologue or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, check this one out, guys. Really underrated horror anthology. That's number three. Number two, I think I'm going to go with Black Sabbath, that Boris Karloff's directed by Mario Bava. I just watched this about a month ago. Now this is the American version. I've also watched the original version, um, the European version. And I kind of like both of them for different reasons. This version is fine. I like the order that they put the three stories in better though with the European version, the original version. Boris Karloff's great in this, is introducing all the tales as well as starring majorly in one of them. But yeah, I definitely the one with the telephone is better in the European version. It has more context to it, and I also like the version, or the I should say the how they place the three stories. I think the placement of them's a little bit better, but I enjoy this. It's really good. It's a classic, 1963 Black Sabbath. You got the telephone. You got the ward. I can never pronounce it right. Wardalac, I guess that's the one Boris Karloff said. And then a drop of water is probably my favorite one. It's definitely the scariest one, the creepiest imagery. That one's actually last in the European version. It's first in the American version, which I don't really. I like it being last better personally. And like I said, the telephone one has a lot more context in the European version, so I might see at some point if I can buy that one. But it's good. I really enjoy this. It's my first time watching it. Mario Bava classic. So, and then of course at number one we still have undisputedly number one so far with the 11 I've watched is Amicus's Asylum. Just love everything about this movie, all the stories, the wraparound story, the acting. I mean, you have Peter Cushing in this, you have Robert Powell, you have Charlotte Rampling, Barry Morse, Britt Eklund, Herbert Law, Patrick McGee. Just a great cast, a great story, how it all comes together with great, unique individual stories that are told within it. Yeah, I just love this movie. Of the 11 I've watched so far for my collection, this is definitely number one for me. So that's my video, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you've watched any of these horror anthologies that I just presented here, these 11, and what you think of them, how you would rank them. Thanks for checking out my video. Please like and comment down below and subscribe to my channel to see future horror movie videos, as well as my continuing horror franchise series, Friday the 13th. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.